Good evening, everyone. It is a crazy night here in Northern California. Big winter storm pushing through. And this was a rapidly developing situation. We're talking about a situation within the last 24 hours where we barely saw anything on our satellite imagery, and all of a sudden, today, this low deepened and developed so quickly that it brought us the cold weather, really low snow, and some heavy downpours at times for the evening commute for some folks, and a lot of travel situations. So we had I-80 backed up for miles. Chain controls are very low. A couple of road closures on and off. The best advice is just call ahead, check ahead before you get on the roads, because it is a mess up in the Sierra. So hopefully you are safe and sound at home, and you have your plans all mapped out so that you can avoid all those traffic delays. So again, I want to give you the update on how low the snow is going to go, how much we're going to see, and when all this comes to an end for our best opportunity for travel. So and it's a pretty messy situation. Currently, the strongest line of storms has moved through the valley, and now we're looking at this line right now pressing its way off towards Cameron Park. I want to move this radar over ever so slightly and into Placerville. Now, Placerville was at 32 degrees. They were getting some snow, but now we're looking at basically a very cold rain and heavy rain as well. Up the hill just a bit, it is snow for Pollock Pines over towards I-80, Auburn with a very cold rain, but Forest Hill snow, Lake of the Pines is snow, as well as Georgetown and Grass Valley. We've seen snow pretty steady throughout the afternoon. As we make our way south of Highway 50, Plymouth, it is rain and heavy rain. Rancho Cordova as well. Yeah, Sharon, I'm seeing it right here. Very cold and windy right now in Plymouth. Light rain and, like you said, wind. Cupertino, wind and rain right now. Up the hill for West Point, it is snow, as well as Arnold, Murphy, Sonora. It is snow. Hearing from folks in Groveland saying they've been getting snow earlier this evening. And then Copperopolis, it's a very cold rain mixed with a few flakes possible in there. Over towards the valley, Manteca, the biggest band of rain just passing off to the east right now. Stockton with some lighter rain. Moving our way southward, Modesto, it may be dry right now, but look at all this that's getting ready to move on through. That is what's headed your way. Karen saying, listen to her, roads are horrible. Yeah, you bet. It is just a mess out there on all the Sierra passes, if they're even open. A heads up, we've got several passes that are closed, including Ebbets, Sonora, and up towards 88 was closed for a period of time because of multiple spinouts. We had 80 that was at a standstill earlier tonight. Very slow going all throughout the Sierra because, again, that snow is very low. So a couple of different views here. We're looking right here up towards Feather Falls, Squaw Valley with snow. Sierra Tahoe was saying that they're going to open there along Highway 50 because of some pretty plentiful snow. Bear Valley as well. So just be checking those ski resorts if you plan to make your way up the hill and want to hit the powder. Low pressure system. This is what I'm talking about. This was rapidly developing over the course of the last 24 hours. It's called the bomb cyclone, and it basically it's air that's rising, and if it doesn't fill in at the bottom, you get this wind spiraling underneath that drop in low pressure. So it's a situation we don't normally see here on the West Coast. Winter storm warning in effect above 1,500 feet. That'll be through Wednesday, but north of the Central Sierra and the Northern Sierra, that's going to stick around until Thursday. Wind gusts up to 85 miles per hour right now. Hey, Sandy, appreciate you chiming in here. Is it going to snow in cool California? You're going to be right there on the cusp, but we're going to see snow level down to roughly 1,500 feet. So any of you that are in that upper valley, lower foothills, right on the cusp of seeing some of that snow. But again, 1,500 feet is about where we're going to mark it heading into tomorrow night. There's just not a whole lot of moisture left at that point. Wind advisory, by the way, in effect until tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Already hearing of hundreds of customers without power tonight because of the wind problems. Travel and trees are going to be an issue as well. So just be aware. Oh, Megan saying windy and no power here in Land Park. So it's been rough going here. throughout the day with the wind just whipping on through. I want to put the timeline into motion. Now, we've seen the biggest band of rain kind of move through the Central Valley, but here we have, or I should say right through the downtown area, because parts of the Central Valley still in for it until about 9 o'clock, including Stockton, Modesto, Lodi, even on the fringe of that, Manteca. And over towards the Bay Area, it's going to be real heavy rain over towards San Jose. So it's bad travel weather over there. Into the Sierra, you'll see there's not going to be much letting up of the snow at all. And I'm talking even into tomorrow morning. It's still steady snow. A few showers lingering for the valley, but here's the deal. This will give us an opportunity for the chance for some thunderstorms developing for tomorrow afternoon. So just be aware, even though the skies may be partially clearing, we may see those thunderstorms popping up and occasional downpours. Sharon saying her lights have been flickering on a lot. Yeah, Greg wanting to know how long the snow will last in Grass Valley. So Greg, you can see there's a little break here tomorrow morning, but for tonight, it's going to be going pretty steady until about midnight, and then we'll see periods of snow on and off through tomorrow morning. Rancho Calaveras storming with high winds. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Greg's saying that's what he's getting right now in San Jose, what I was just showing a moment on the radar. Okay, so here we go. Through the day tomorrow, again, periods of clearing, but there's little pop-up storms that appear throughout the valley, and that represents the opportunity for our thunderstorms. Accumulating hail is also a possibility for tomorrow. So even though it will be cold and it might be a situation where you're thinking, oh my goodness, is it snowing in the valley? It's more likely going to be hail, but it's a situation we'll be watching through tomorrow. But what you'll notice too is there's not a lot of break in the Sierra, especially south of Highway 50 through tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. Now 80 and 50, we're getting a nice little break here. And for those of you that are dealing with the snow right now at lower elevations, that should end roughly by about noon tomorrow. We should see a lot of that coming to an end. But it is going to be a wild night ahead with a lot of cold air working in. This is a real nice display of the timeline of what we're going to be seeing. So the brunt of the storm moving through right now with snow down to 1,500 feet. Showers will continue with possible thunderstorms for our Thanksgiving Day. And then for Friday, morning freeze possible. So just as we're starting to see some clearing and we think, oh, okay, we're getting a little break here. It's time to protect the pets, the plants, the pipes, and people for Friday morning. Showers will continue south of Highway 50 as well. And then for the weekend, another storm possible late on Saturday through Sunday with more travel impacts just as people are heading home. Okay, temperatures right now are chilly. We're only in the 40s in the valley, near 30 for Tahoe with snow. And I want to show you how quickly this has developed in the last 24 hours. Did you see that? Did you see how quickly that developed? Yeah, there we go. That big load just starting to move its way in as we headed into this evening. Snow levels will be very low with this system. So just be prepared to chain up early if you're headed into the Sierra, because if we see those snow levels down at about 1,500 feet or so, that is going to be slow going, to say the least, up into the Sierra. So again, it's going to be not the if Thanksgiving travel wasn't bad enough, now we're going to be seeing all of this. Let's see, very windy in Escalon. Yeah, the radar is just nasty right now as we take a look at that. I think people are really enjoying seeing where all this is headed right now. We had one band of rain move through earlier for Stockton and Modesto, but now kind of the back edge of this storm starting to push its way in. Now, this is also producing the very gusty conditions right now. We've seen, and I wanted to get to some of those peak wind gusts. These are some of the peak wind gusts that we've seen so far. 40-mile-per-hour peak wind gusts for Stockton, 43 for Placerville and Marysville, Sacramento and Modesto with 38-mile-per-hour peak wind gusts. Our sustained winds, though, Stockton, it is very windy. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing some power outages there with winds sustained at 42 miles per hour. Again, you're on the leading edge of this main band that is about to press on through. So really hitting the northern San Joaquin Valley pretty hard right now. As far as our future winds for tonight, they will start to back off. So by tomorrow morning, looking at lighter winds down to about 10 miles per hour. Highs were very cool for today, only around 50 degrees in the valley, 40s for the foothills. We've picked up about a quarter of an inch of rain roughly for much of the valley. Stockton and Modesto were about to get a lot more rain coming in. And again, here's what I wanted to point out for tomorrow. All this area shaded in green, this is the area that has the chance for thunderstorms and small hail, accumulating hail possible in the valley. Oroville, Sandra saying it's really windy here, blowing really hard. And again, that's because of this storm line that's been moving through steadily throughout tonight. But here's the main band right here. I'm going to stop this from the loop so we can see exactly what's going on here. And I'll just pan around a bit. Hold on just a moment. I need to situate my arm here. Okay, so let's just take a look at a couple of areas that are really getting hit pretty hard. Just south of Placerville, stretching through Diamond Springs, and then off towards Jackson. Rancho Calaveras about to get hit as Farmington is getting hit right now. Modesto, here comes the line that's just moved out of Stockton and Lodi. Escalon, yeah, we're hearing from Escalon. Denise saying it's very windy here because of this that's getting ready to move through. That'll be some moderate to heavy rain at times. And then as we make our way into the Delta, Rio Vista, Antioch, all getting some moderate rain at this time. Elk Grove, things are starting to lighten up a bit, as it is in Roseville and Folsom, Citrus Heights, Rockland, Loomis. Auburn, it's just been that cold rain today. I know this looks really iffy as to whether we're getting rain or snow, but from temperatures that I'm seeing, we're closer to the rain than we are to the snow. And then we've got all this up in Yuba City, just a total mess of rain moving through the valley right now. As we widen this out, you can see really the back edge of this is starting to move through. That'll be the heaviest rain, but we have all this left behind, and that's going to pose that risk of having some thunderstorms. So Christina was wondering, are we having a cyclone? Well, it's called a bomb cyclone, and the reason why is because this is what it looked like yesterday. Our satellite image showing basically a big ridge of high pressure. We had sunny skies, windy yesterday, but look at how rapidly this developed. And that is a classic situation that is normally presented on the eastern side of the country. But it's called a bomb cyclone. And what happens is we have this rapidly developing and deepening low. The surface air rises quickly, and there's a sudden drop in barometric pressure within about 24 hours. And then the air rises, the wind underneath spirals at the base, and as long as the air continues to rise at the top of the storm faster than is replaced at the bottom, the barometer will continue to drop and the storm will continue to develop. And that's basically what we had. So that's the kind of cyclone that we're looking at. Sometimes we talk about this with hurricane development as well. Snowing and blowing in Grass Valley. Oh my goodness, it has just been quite a winter delight there in Grass Valley tonight. Look at this. This is all lit up on our radar with snow. Blue Canyon all the way up along I-80, Highway 50. It's been steady snow for Pollock Pines. Placerville, it was snow earlier. Now it's rain. We're at about 35 degrees right now for Pollock Pines. I'm sorry, Placerville. 36, 34 degrees roughly. And then for Auburn, we're at about 38, 37 degrees. So it's a very cold rain right now. Greg saying for thunderstorms, that is, but due to the strength of the low, it's understandable. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Amazing for the low sun angle for tomorrow for the thunderstorms. Absolutely. And it's because of the strength of this low right here. It is powerful. Very low barometer. Mike in Bucks Lake, who's one of my weather watchers, said he recorded the second lowest barometric pressure on his weather gauge that he has since recording in several years. So it's the second lowest recording. He's been a weather watcher for several years now. So anyway, that is our weather update for tonight. Hopefully you're bundled up, like I said, inside. Best day of travel. You can hit and miss for tomorrow, certainly, for the valley. And then early Thursday, we'll have some more snow returning for Thanksgiving Day along 80 and 50. So it will be hit and miss heading into the Sierra for Thanksgiving Day. And then beyond that, Friday should be a good day, and then we're right back at it Saturday afternoon, evening into Sunday. All right, well, hopefully we'll see you at 11 on the LNT right here on ABC 10, and we'll have further updates and more on the totals that we're seeing throughout the region. We'll have Kevin John live up in Colfax. He's been gathering information from folks trying to get ready for the low snow in the foothills. All right, in the meantime, have a great night.